Hi, welcome to Homestead Reflection. This is Jamie, and I am here today to share this amazing project with you. I was honored when someone reached out to me and asked if I could restore an old dresser for them. Not only is it a family heirloom, but this dresser has been in the family since 1953. It was his little dresser when he was a little boy, and he wanted to be reminded of how beautiful it once was. So I loaded up in my car, went there, picked it up, and brought it back to the warehouse. First things first, it needed a really good sanding. It had a lot of layers of crud, dirt, and dents and nicks. So we just had to get it into a smooth finish. So I started with a blaster sander with 100 grit sandpaper. I didn't want to take it too hard on the grit just in case it dented or nicked the wood. So I just went slow and methodical with this. As you can tell, it did have a lot of crud, a lot of years on this. So it did take a little while to get through all those layers of stain. Once I did my sanding, I went in with my tack cloth. And guys, if you've never used a tack cloth, I highly suggest getting them. They really do an amazing job with getting all the dirt and debris off of your furniture before you go ahead and start staining or doing any top coats. So the tack cloth just goes far, far, far into getting all the debris and grossness off of your furniture. Now there only were a couple of nicks and dents and scratches in this, and it's pretty amazing considering how old it is. It's just nothing that wood filler wouldn't fix. I mean, it did have a big gouge in it, one of the dresser drawers, but I was able to even sand that down, so it wasn't too much work. Once I got it all sanded down and smooth, I did my first coat of a gel stain. I used a Minwax coffee gel stain. Now I know it looks super, super dark. However, once I wiped that off, it became this natural, beautiful chestnut color, which actually was the original color of the dresser. So that made me extremely happy that I was able to replicate what he was used to seeing when it was in good condition. In between those coats of stain, I went in with a 1200 grit paper and did a wet sand on it just to keep that shine and luster in the wood. I did this between all 3 coats of my stain. I would spray it down with a little bit of water and then give it a nice little coat of sanding, and it really went a long way with just keeping the luster into this dresser. And as you can tell, just doing that wet sanding, it's got a beautiful, smooth glow to it. I really love the way it turned out. I just could not be any happier with this gel stain and the layers that I chose to do. Even though it took a little while, it was well worth it. The client asked to keep the original hardware because there's a sentiment to them, so I just gave them a good cleaning and put a couple coats of polyurethane on them so they were just good for high traffic use, which made it easy because I didn't have to make new holes into the wood itself. And here she is, absolutely gorgeous. Again, the soft gold original hardware pulls, the beautiful wood grain that comes out once I use the coffee gel stain, and I top coat it twice. And again, those sanding in between layers really makes a huge difference. I could not be any happier with the way the grain is showing, the luster, the smoothness. It really is a beautiful piece. And here she is. You know, antiques are more than just furniture. They are tangible connections to the past, offering a glimpse into the lives and traditions of those who came before us. It's something we should always remember. Thank you for watching, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so.